Hello and welcome back to the Huntsman Corps. So hopefully today we're managing to defeat the other boss. But before that, let's do something that... no, let's do something. Let's just see something quickly. It's a bit hard because it's a bit in distance, but we will be able to see it better. Pay attention to the trees that are in the background, because that part of the level is part of a level we were here, there in the previous part, you know. So, what happens if we just take some step onto the bridge? Just like this. Oops, they're gone. I'm taking a big steps here. Oh, they're back. It's just their invisible line that makes them pop in, pop out, pop in, pop out. This is because the game, again, originally was planned for the PS3 and Xbox 360. And as such, this kind of draw distance was not really much of a problem for them to handle, but because now it's on an upscaled, system, they didn't bother to fix that. Oops.
Except for those two trees that still remain in the background there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like they went through it. It's like with any kind of testing, really. You're not gonna catch every single problem, even with the most strenuous QA testing.
Anyway,
But,
as promised, I defeated the red guy off screen. So now let's enter the fog gate that he was guarding towards the next boss. This is actually quite the rush. It's a chariot with spiked heels and a horse with two heads. So I know what you're thinking. Oh, cool! I have to fight the skeleton that's like right on top of riding the thing, right? Not exactly. First thing you need to do is to basically wait until it passes, like so, while the skeletons keep dying, like this. You have to basically find refuge in the alcoves, while also killing the necromancers that inhabited the place there, so we don't resurrect the skeletons. There we go. And then you have to find a way to... You have to continue like this until basically you have to reach the end of the corridor, this circular corridor that you're part of. Until you find shit.
I don't wanna find shit.
Yeah. Right, there you go.
You might not have much of a choice in this one.
Well, I'm not playing the game, so
You have to
Hold
watch.
on. Give me a second. Somebody destroys like that. And now we can just comfortably pull this lever.
Wrong
Just don't get run over by a cart.
Actually, I know I can't because there you go. There you go. Now I can comfortably pull this lever. There we go. That way, it closes the gate. Also, don't worry about notification. And there you go. It crashes right into it. The guy that was on top of the chariot gets destroyed, and I had to fight the horse.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
That sounds lovely.
Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, it's just the horse. It should be fine, right? Wrong.
Oh no, that thing's gonna kill you.
And hopefully it doesn't. Ow! Yeah, my shield is kind of useless for this fight.
I can't tell. Does it have 3 heads or 2?
2.
Okay.
I think the correct Greek term is bicephalus. Shit! There we go.
It has wings too.
It's just the not plumage, but it's sort of a barding that it has. Insert your own joke about Elder Scrolls 4 here. Alright, let's do some more damage. Yeah, and like a good horse, it also kicks back from behind. Thankfully, it's not too hard, especially, again, it's a bit harder than, obviously, than the Skeleton Lords, but compared to, like, the real challenge is actually making it to... There we go. There we go. First try. The real challenge is actually making it to the lever. Fading Soul. Here. Another Fading Soul. Yeah, let's also clean the place before I actually get to see the the what's it called, the actual soul of the boss, the soul of a brave warrior. Yeah, there you go. Let's give it a look while we're at it, shall we? Soul of a skeleton lord who reigned from deep within the Huntsman corpse. The Oran King commanded the capture of undead. Oh, actually, no, I already went. The chariot soul, sorry. Soul of executioner chariot that holds control over the undead purgatory. The chariot was created only to torment undead, and it took the form of a horrendous mad steed, a window into the soul of its master. Again, it seems that this Iron King was not exactly the most pleasant person around. Horse. Yup, it sure is. Let's see what's up these stairs. If I recall correctly... Let's see...
There is no friendship, but there is magic.
No, enough! There you go. We have one fire, so let's use it.
You'll have your friendship is magic jokes and like them.
And there is a person here. Let's... are you okay? Let's talk to them.
What is it?
They're chilling.
Oh,
With all this blood cheering, like...
this place won't be any fun. Not for you.
Yeah, leave me alone, I'm dying here.
Leave me alone,
What
I'm
is it?
busy.
Oh, you trot along.
Okay, if I remember correctly, this is another guy that can let you enter his covenant, which is tied to that guy that was guarding the place from before, if I remember correctly. But you need a specific requirement, and honestly, I don't really particularly care about this covenant, so we'll just leave them be.
Can I,
Yeah, go ahead in the meantime, Dweebs.
So today I went to Birmingham for a little shopping trip, and of all the non-edible things that I got, I got Demon Slayer the movie Mugen Train.
Kimetsu no Yaiba.
Jurassic World Dominion.
The extended cut.
Yeah, so apparently it adds a scene at the beginning, apparently. And Live Alive, or as the front box calls it, Live at Evil.
Yeah, it has a double meaning of that, with once you actually arrive towards the end of the game, you'll understand.
I was mainly interested in it because, I've heard it's a solid RPG, and...
Have you actually ended up playing Octopath Traveler after you played the demo for us?
I did play I played a bit of the 360 version.
Xbox One, I guess.
Sorry, the Xbox version, sorry.
It has the same principle behind it. Again, Live Alive is the spiritual predecessor of that. It's a story that spans through the gears of time, and that it's about, people defeating an evil in particular eras that are ending up fighting, a war without even knowing it. And it's about, how all of this is connected with each other. It's, again, you haven't read it, obviously, Dweebs, I'm pretty sure of it, but it's very similar to a story that Grant Morrison wrote for DC Comics called Seven Soldiers, which has basically the same kind of premise.
So basically, from what I understand, the remake of Live Alive is basically Octopath Traveler, but with 40% more British. Because Live Alive is one of those slowly, increasingly more common video games that has both Brits and Americans doing the voice acting. Like I like to come up with oddly specific marketing campaigns, marketing slogans. So basically, if you've ever wanted a video game that has both Yuffie and the Daleks in it, then this is the game for you.
And yet, no voice actor of the Cybermen's leader. What a shame.
Well, I mean, okay. To be more accurate, when I say the Daleks, I don't mean the voice of them, Nicholas Briggs. I mean the guy who's been doing the internal operating of the Daleks, Barnaby Edwards.
Yeah. Alright, after a quick pit stop at Majula in order to actually reveal a bit our level, let's get to the poison dungeon, shall we?
Yay!
Oh boy, the poison dungeon. My favourite. Okay, I'm pretty sure I've played a game in which you go through an area where you lose your health bit.
Well, it doesn't seem to be already that much of a problem, because there seem to be a friend there, not someone we know, but someone who's willing to talk to us. So let's talk to this person.
Are you a traveler?
The only level that comes to mind in a game that I've played is the sewer level in Rugrats Search for Reptile.
Okay, thankfully, unlike the previous game, this is not a sewer level, but it's still gonna make you remember it.
I am an Octopath Traveler. Nice to meet you.
I just thought it ended up here.
You are that's it. You are the Octopath Traveler trademark. It's like that you reposted recently a meme about people wanting in the Last of Us HBO series the characters actually say title dropping.
Yeah. I mean, you can do that with anything, and the results can be pretty. The results can be pretty mundane. From you are the Demon Slayer to they just flat out weird like.
You are the Kimetsu no Yaiba.
Yeah. To baffling ones. I can just look through. I just look around my room and see one like. You are the Jurassic World Dominion.
Alright, this person loves to sell us, evolving stones and other minor trinkets, but it's best if we actually talk to her. There you go, Stone Trader Cloanne. If we keep talking to her, there you go, until she mentions she's about to move on, she will actually move on also to Majula. Meaning that, once she gets there, she will be able to actually, sell, more stuff, and actually be a sort of a support for the blacksmith there. But looking at this, you already get something of a sneak peek of what's to come. And it's just the exterior. We have to get inside that giant windmill, by the way. So
I've also started watching
get on with it.
I've also started watching one of the Gundam series, specifically Gundam Seed.
Hold on, this. Listen carefully, Skeleton. Yep. I wonder what he can hear. I wonder if he can hear.
Don't fuck with me or you'll die. Oh wait.
He's busy.
At least he doesn't have a bone to pick with us. Continue, Dweebs.
I've seen the first 5 episodes. Okay, I should stress, I'm watching the SD version of the show, which has the original Canadian voice acting, not the HD one, which redubbed it with Americans. And it's fine. It's fine. I can follow what's going on. Basically, there's a conflict between two sides, and there's a little bit of internal racism going on between naturals and coordinators.
Okay. Again, the gist of most of the Gundam series is basically what you just said, Wibbs. It's basically space opera drama about colonists versus quote-unquote pure, originals.
Yeah, coordinators are basically enhanced smart people who are naturally, because we were experimented on to be naturally really, really good at things. Like in one episode, like one of the early episodes, it was demonstrated that the main character Kira can basically rewrite an entire Gundam model's programming to be super awesome. That's
the typical cliches that are in mecha animes and video games. We've seen some of them in Xenogears. Anyway, just like you predicted, with stepping into this cold, very colorful fog is gonna have to actually poison us, so we have to tread carefully. Fuck! Doesn't help when you see infested by these enemies, and also more skeletons. God, I hate this dungeon!
Why did you go in here?
We sadly have to go through this. It's one of the obligatory ones. Don't worry, Glyphs. The optional ones are even worse. Go. Hopefully this will... I'll do. Okay. I'll probably get those later. Yeah, the enemy, the items here are not. Beware of pyromancy. Therefore, ranged battle require a head. A head? Don't you mean a head? Tusk.
Well, I mean, you do need a head to battle.
This is because, there you go, the area now is infested with these particular pyromancers. They love to spam those fucking projectiles, so let's try to get these routes instead.
Also, yeah, we've been watching the Life is Strange games recently with Pedro's playthroughs, and I love how they try and sell the Switch version of the remasters. Remastered visuals and animation bring new life into the great cast of characters and gripping story.
You have to remember that regardless of, you know, what you guys think, the games still do have an audience.
And by great cast of characters, we mean the best friend of one of the lead. And by gripping stories, we mean that one of us wants to grip a character by the throat and scream, "Why?" That kind of gripping. Guess major points as to who wants to do said gripping.
She right? No, again, I was answering Glyphs' question. Like, she grabs Chloe like Noelle does to Burley. She starts yelling, "What?
Hands off my girlfriend."
Yeah. Either it's a toss-up between Shiori and Jova. I was just kind of apathetic by the end of the first game, and Pedro was the one playing the game, so I reckon he was probably just sapped by the time he finished before the storm. And soon we will be doing Life is Strange 2.
Which is apparently possibly worse and more offensive than Detroit Become Human.
Yeah, which is okay. I am pretty positive. Just because two major French video game developers screw up that kind of story doesn't mean no French developer can, because you know that would be silly thinking. It's just unfortunate that we just happen to run into two major French studios fucking up the same story. But hey, we'll see. Maybe hell, we've all gone into playthroughs of games where each of us have come out of it with like just a basic shrug, like Final Fantasy VIII, for example. I really hated the game on almost everything in it. Whereas at least one of us was just kind of, it's better than 13.
At least it's better than 13.
What an achievement!
Like, at the exact. At least I'm pretty sure. I can't remember how many of you said you really hated the game. I'm pretty sure at least 2 of you said you really hated the game. Whereas I was kind of like, really? I mean, it's no different than a lot of other kind of generic RPGs that I've seen.
Having seen it twice now, like, there would have been some parts that probably annoyed the heck out of me, but I do remember being quite bored in that initial LP as well, because I think at one point Pedro or somebody else even asked if I wanted to continue with it, and it was good to look at it again, but it was still boring. Like, and I feel like a lot of the people who are genuinely frustrated with it are long-time Final Fantasy fans. Which makes sense. It's like Sonic 06 for us.
So, it was a combination of things, Shirai. I can tell you for myself, since we might have forgot my Okay, in hindsight, still a bit excessive rant at the end of 1329 Returns, but the point is that a combination of that, the 13 trilogy, and the what happened with Advent Children. Again, it was the status quo for Square Enix for combined almost a decade, and it was so frustrating to see them doing very little with the rest of their catalog and mostly focused with just that. It was mostly that. It's not like we were not doing anything, you know. Drakengard 3 was, I think, in 2012, for example, but it was so scarce, and in between, other franchises were kind of treated almost as a joke. Mana was receiving like a gacha car game that nobody cared about, you know.
And well, I mean, there was of course the major Final Fantasy embarrassment of 2010.
Yeah, the vanilla launch of 14.
Yeah. Okay. Put it this way. I think I'm pretty sure because I think the South of 14 costs more to make than 13, and it relies more on its player base than just an offline RPG, and the results were initially disastrous. Like I mean, it took them rebooting the entire game
In universe, yeah.
both in and out of universe, somewhat to recover from it. And you know, then of course there was the Bravest fiasco.
Again, Square has come a long way in actually making mobile games, and I'm thankful for that, you know. But yeah, they had a very rocky start with that.
Yeah, and basically, while it's unhealthy to constantly shove it in Square's faces, sort of stuff that happened years ago.
Oh my god, this fog.
It's important still, nonetheless, to not forget what happened in the past to ensure it doesn't happen in the future. Like basically, we haven't had a really bad MMO launch from Square since OG 14, and the offline games have been at least an upward trend from 13. Or one of them.
Wait, I'm dead?
Mainline at least.
Oh, I'm dead.
Well.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I know, I'm dying. Bit of a bummer.
Again, I fucking hate this noise on dungeon. It's again, that's the thing. Again, even if Miyazaki did not work on this, again, like I mentioned, he mentions in interview about Elden Ring that he loves to create a poison dungeon just specifically for the purpose of trolling with the player base. And I'm like, I appreciate the sentiment, Hidetaka, but come on. Again, to quote, what role am I playing in this role-playing video game? The victim?
Yes.
Jesus.
Dark Souls, get good.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Well, the magic of streaming.
What?
Like 6 minutes ago, at least on Discussing Film, I know Ryan Reynolds put out a Twitter video. We got information about Deadpool 3.
Oh.
Okay.
It's coming out
Eventually.
It's coming out on September 9th, 2024.
My birthday, wow. What an honor.
Yeah, Marvel Studios loves you. And it's got the returning Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Oh my god, they actually bothered to do it.
Okay, I can somewhat... Okay, like normally, bringing back a character from the dead, is normally a really, especially for a character as really as popular as Wolverine, and as equally popular a portrayal of him by Hugh Jackman would normally be considered really, really desperate. But thankfully, Deadpool is the kind of series that can somewhat get away with that.
Alright, by going to this particular, if I recall correctly, by going through this particular backdoor way, you see no invisible wall here, if I remember correctly, we can reach, there you go, the remnants of a statue that is the Covenant of the Sunlight Bros. Yes, it's present even in this game, and yes, we also learned the gesture of Praise the Sun. So let's actually switch one of them. Let's see, this one with the Praise the Sun one. There we go. Cool. It's here just for fan service alone, basically. It has literally no story impact whatsoever. When it comes to Deadpool Freight Waves, so you see, if it's 2024, it's Phase 5, I guess, considered. Still, because it's before the Fantastic Four movie, I think. I forgot actually when it's supposed to come out. But the point is that... oh, Jesus. The point is that I can see them doing that because, again, Ryan Reynolds was an advocate of wanting to have Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, but they might go through the deviant route and not have the character being the same one that was in the 20th Century Studios.
Yeah, I mean, they have established those as of Loki, so it is possible it might just be... It'll be like, again, spoilers, it'll probably be like how they did Professor X in Doctor Strange 2.
Multiverse of Madness.
When I'm getting Patrick Stewart back. So again, like I said, it's a combination of that and the nature of Deadpool as a series that it can get away.
Yeah.
It can get away with that.
I'm guessing TJ Miller won't be back as Weasel for obvious reasons.
And well, I mean, it's also going to be interesting because it's the third one, and yet it's universe shifting because it's in the MCU.
Yeah. Again, they can do different things with it, you know.
Yeah, I mean, the end of Deadpool 2 had him have that.
Remember, it's also officialized with that skit that he had with Miek. Oh, you fucking bastard! I hate wizards for good reason too.
I hate wizards, and lo and behold, we've got the next story arc for Harry Potter.
Alchemy bias.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, that's gonna be that's what should have been the next story after Deathly Hallows. Basically, yeah, a guy really hates magic, so he decides to use alchemy to get rid of it because he believes in science.
That's the ever believes, according to the wizarding world, alchemy is still considered a form of wizardry. Remember Nicolas Flamel existed and everything. So who knows? It's
maybe this potential villain presents that.
Again, even in general as a concept, it probably whatever too clever for Miss Rowling, and considering everything that has happened recently, I don't think, nor I do want to, think too much about, seeing the future of the Wizarding world. Like, I will accept its presence in potential crossover for Warner Bros. I will concede that, but that's as far as I'm going.
We need someone to make a better series.
Sherry, there are better series. Again.
Oh no, I know there are, but it's like one that can be as popular.
Yeah, obviously.
I mean, yeah, it sucks the author turned out the way she did.
Grips.
I still maintain.
Oh my god. Yes.
It turned out to be a bitch. I still maintain the series overall is solid.
It's more of a case, Dweebs, that, we did that. I was actually mentioning it while we were commenting on the movie, but as time was passing, I was realizing how a lot of the stories were written, even both the books and movies, without thinking too much about pre-planning. And there was a lot of facts about the world building that were just either glossed over or not thought too much about. And this is biting in the back at Binks to this very day, with stuff like, for example, the upcoming video game of Hogwarts Legacy.
Like, I don't agree that the entire series just suck now, as you know,
Yeah.
some people have said if they're going to the
I think
extreme,
it's more.
but
I think it's more of a case that it always sucked on some reason, and we were just okay with suspending our disbelief. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
well,
I
yeah,
get-
because I mean, we were like, I enjoyed those books as much as the next kid, because that's the thing. When we read a lot of these, we were all like, "What?"
yeah.
Like, so reading them now, there are certainly a lot of questionable shit. Like, you know, one of the house elf stuff being some of the most notable stuff. But the series as a whole, like, it's not as awful as some people suddenly make it out to be.
I can accept disassociating yourself from the series because of the horrible comments from the author. That I understand. What I don't get is what's it called? Where you just suddenly decide the thing was never good in the first place.
I don't know what you call that, but I know what you're talking about.
No, not goalpost. That's something else. Fuck, I know the phrase, but I can never remember what it is.
Alright. Oh goody! An actual treasure chest. So guys, considering the shit that this dungeon provided us, do you want to trust me opening this, or do you think it's a mimic?
Mimic.
Shiroi?
Hmm?
Do you think is it safe to open this chest or not?
Considering your tone right there, I'm gonna say no.
Okay, let's leave it at that for now.
I'm not gonna be that mean.
Alright, but yeah, now we're actually in the actual windmill structure. So we actually had to find a way to actually get up properly for there. Let me actually boot up a human effigy. So because there is also a boss in between this section. Yeah, we actually have a human player to actually summon. Cool. Let's get some help. If they can manage to show up. Come on. Don't be shy. There we go. J Snyder 29. Praise the sun! Let's see what's up behind this. Oh right, yeah, it's already here. The Covetous Demon. This boss is relatively easy, but it's just more of a nuisance than anything. Basically Jabba the Hutt mixed with the Tick, I guess. Ah! Oh jeez. Yeah, his health is actually going down very fast, and his attacks are very predictable too. It's just a matter of watch out because he can actually roll onto himself. But as you can see, I could have actually, beat it without even the bot. So not the bot, the summoning. But again, it's cool to see that someone is still playing to this game to this very day. So might as well, take that. Whoa. There we go. Alright. Let's read the soul. And we got a sunlight medal. Cool stuff. Alright, let's read this. Soul of a covetous demon that devours all things. Eating is an expression of desire. There once was a man whose deep affections were unrequited. He transformed into the covetous demon, which only made him lonelier than before. Well, if it turns you into Jabba the Hutt, I kinda understand that. Alright, let's follow these steps here instead. Oh, and there's a bonfire, thank fuck. Okay. Let me also explore a bit. Why did I equip the bow? Okay, there you go. I forgot. Can I jump onto the stairs? I think so. No, okay. Let's move on then. You also have to watch out because this place also has assassins. Again, it has everything that's going up against you. You know, just poison left and right. You know, poisonous mushrooms. You know.
So we're gonna have the poison song soon.
Might as well. Visions of bug. I hope not. Oh goody, I think it's this place. Yeah, assassin just decided to drop behind. Cool. Cool story. These particular bulky guys you can actually just, you know, not be panicking too much about, because 9 times out of 10 they decide to just run straight into poison jars. They literally poison themselves, you know, and actually get killed because, as a result of it.
Oh, revisionist history, that was what I was looking for.
Okay.
There we are. It took longer than I should have, but I finally figured it out with the help of Pedro. Thank you very much.
Illusions ahead. Alright, this particular section is a bit tricky because it has archers here, they decide to be dicks, and a guy, there we go, at the end of it with a particular spear, and a shit ton of health. There we go. But thankfully I managed to actually proceed forward. Oh, cool, there's a Devotee Scarlet. No, I guess we can summon her later on, after we clear the area for the next boss. Oh goody, more assassins. Get bent. Get bent?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what all assassins...
Oh, you piece of garbage!
That's what all assassins say at the beginning of their, or at the end of their game.
Okay, I guess I can use this time to comment on something. These particular enemies that I just fought, these assassins, are called mannequins. Hold on, give me a second, let me see. I forgot what items does Dispel Poison. There we go, this one. There you go. These mannequins were actually also in the trailer of the game, one of the first CGI trailers of the game. And unfortunately, they had the side effect of having a very cool mask that people loved. So people, when the game was actually about to be released, people were hoping to see where they could have, you know, obtained this mask. Turns out these actual enemies do not have it, and the mask that actually gets dropped, not necessarily by them but by others, it's not the same because apparently there was a conflict of interest with Naruto, because apparently it was, designing wise, was kind of sort of infringing copyright with the Akatsuki masks for some reason, and they removed it from the game. It's bullshit. Alright, let's pull this lever and see what happens.
So, Shiri. What are the odds that at some point during the marketing campaign for Deadpool 3 that Ryan Reynolds is just going to be a character at Wrexham or something?
Probably.
Yeah, that sounds so freaking weird.
Alright, there's another treasure chest. What do you guys think? Should I open it or not?
Yeah, go for this one.
Sorry, Dweebs?
Go ahead.
Alright, let's give it a try.
Like a Robert Downey
It's
Jr.
fine! We got a pike.
Yay.
Not really an interesting item, but cool stuff.
Are there chests that have like nothing in them?
No, thankfully the game doesn't pull this kind of trick onto you, but I can tell you that it has, like, again, we haven't encountered, I think, officially yet, but it has ones that have like a trap built into it. Not necessarily a mimic, but like has arrows that shoot at you or poison build up or something like that. So anyway, let's kill also this particular enemy, if I recall correctly. Good. There we go. Torch required ahead in short array for fire. try torch. Alright, let's do it, what they say. Let's use our trusty flame butterfly to lit up the torch right now. And if we actually get close here, we can actually torch the entire wooden structure of the windmill.
I was gonna say, we're gonna torch the windmill.
Yes, this actually will help us for the actual boss of the dungeon, believe it or not. I will mention it when it becomes more relevant, you know, once we actually get to the chamber of the boss. Could be more assassins.
Yeah, then.
It's kanji war. I don't want the bow.
You don't want a bow. What would you want, the arrow instead?
I already have it. It was one of the cases where I accidentally switched weapons. Where did the other assassins went? Odd. And let's see here. Oh, there you go, the mannequin mask. Let's give it a look, shall we? There it is. Mask of mannequins of a Harvest Valley. A fickle queen gave them life and tore off their faces. How else could she forgive those who dazed gazed upon her? What the fuck? Oh, there you are. Alright, let's see. Again, in the original, you have to remember, in the original trailers, it had this pearly white kind of thing and very pristine looking aspect to it. But in the final game, it looks like this. Look on the right of my model. Like, it's kinda garbage. I'm sorry. Jesus. Alright, if I remember correctly... Yeah, there's our bonfire down here. Yeah, there's also an item there in... way far there, but no, I'm not doing it. I'll just leave the bonfire here. Why not? So can anyone tell me the timing in the timer in the meantime?
Yep, 1 second. 42 minutes.
Alright, we can go ahead, and if we are lucky enough we can do one try to the boss fight.
I wonder, has anyone tried to do a challenge where they're streaming for like a year straight or something?
I don't think it's actually physically possible. Like in terms of actual, you know, computing for sites like Twitch.
Like people do 24-hour streams,
yeah.
So that's like the most I've seen.
like maybe like one who just like breaks every so often for sleep and eating and the necessary stuff, but like you never actually switch off the stream. Like Twitch's servers would just go kaput.
God, how many fucking mannequins are there? And I died through poisoning. Magnificent. Alright, as we have been more careful this time around. There we go. So, actually, Dweebs, since I know it's probably not mentioned because, you know, we just got to know as we were, you know, recording this, but does the reveal of Deadpool 3 also mentions what the movie is about, like a small synopsis?
I haven't checked that yet. I've read the tweet announcing it, but I haven't seen Ryan Reynolds' video yet.
Alright, do we know who's the director at least?
Sean Levy. Was
that the director of the second movie?
No, that was David Leitch.
Okay.
The third, Sean Levy, most people will know him for the Night at the Museum movies.
Oh.
But more recently, the Free Guy.
Oh, right, the other movie that Ryan Reynolds was in that was a Fox movie that Disney inherited. And apparently one of the more successful ones.
It's a much better Ready Player one.
Well, from what I know, there were some minor tweaking done at the last minute to include a couple of, Disney references because they could at this point.
That was all done during, like they wrote the script of that, and then the Fox deal properly occurred, so they added a few little bits because they could, yeah. But
like the protagonist finding Captain America's shield.
Yeah, but of course they got delayed to 2021, so yeah, it just kind of felt that way. Also, also that one little bit with the Mega Buster is probably going to be the closest we'll ever get to a theatrical Mega Man movie.
Fox was supposed to actually make it one, but it was among the ones that got cancelled, after Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, when Disney cancelled all those things, they were at least in, like, really early pre-production.
Also, I think it was, they had Blue Sky Studios, so we were probably the ones who were going to do it, but I don't even think it was supposed to be live action, but instead an animated one. In that case, Fox at this point did not have that many animated studios.
Yeah, and again, not that it matters at this point.
Yeah, it's again, I still want to see potentially, a full feature-length movie about Mega Man, but probably won't be for a very long while.
Which Mega Man though?
Yes. For the sake of a proper answer, let's say X, because I do believe it has the more potential for serious storytelling. Not that the first one didn't have, but I think the first one could work better as a series. And before anyone mentioned, the one that we got recently, Fully Charged, does not really a good attempt at it. Anyway, next, another treasure chest. What do you say, guys?
No.
Shiri?
Yes.
Okay, coin toss it is. Head Dweebs, tails Shiri. Dweebs, you won this one, so let's leave it alone.
Right.
Hey. Like, I mean, I don't trust that burny orange thing right next to the chest.
They're everywhere.
The orange are the messages about the, stuff like these. Bonfire Head for illusion. But the
I will say, don't open the chest.
Okay. Well, what you should watch out for are the blood splatter, the red one, because those indicate players who died in the vicinity. So you should be careful if a lot of them are around the treasure chest potentially. It could
like all the people that clearly fell off this ledge right here by the looks of it.
It could be potentially that they were just attacked by a monster nearby, not necessarily that the treasure chest was a mimic. Alright, if I recall correctly, there is an actual NPC we can recruit here. There it is. Jester Thomas. He's a pyromancer and he's one of those lethal clowns. The ones that are not funny, but they deal a shit ton of damage. It's a good thing he's on our side. Here we go. Thanks, Thomas. Alright, let's get on with it. Here there is a poison stone. Cool. Alright, behind this next fog gate is the boss of the area, so if Thomas can get us behind us, let's get inside. Mifa, the painful queen. If you didn't bother, burning the windmill, the entire area will be coated in poison, which not only is a bad news for you because, it's poison, but it will also heal the boss. If the boss stands in any, particle of poison, she actually gains her health. So this central area actually is better for you. If Thomas manages to actually, not put the boss there, we'll actually be grateful, but...
I just walk over here a little bit.
Yeah, get on the center. I mean, I appreciate the help because Thomas is a great pyromancer, but... Ow. And Thomas died. Dweebs, is there an equivalent to like a game over screen for Thomas the Tank Engine?
And probably all those screenshots you get in the that Japanese Thomas the Tank Engine PS1 game.
Henry slept with my wife.
Or just, you know,
And I died.
or just, you know, being walled in for eternity and just die.
Yeah.
Or being followed by a boulder.
You don't want to
Yeah.
don't want to get wet from the rain. Fine, the back controller will seal you in a brick wall, or
Pretty
or if,
grim, actually.
or if you're an old retired train, they'll just lock you in a shed and let the landslide bury you.
Alright.
Go to the scrap heap.
Alright, we'll actually defeat the Baleful Queen in the next part. Why not? Let's not rush things too much ahead. So, until then, stay safe and don't get poisoned, folks. Please. See ya.
It's not good for your health. See ya.
See ya.